I started because my brother Connor, he had been rowing for 2 years before me, and I was kind of sick of being a groupie, going around to all regattas just going, "Go Shannon!" So I joined. That was it really. And I was terrified the first few weeks because I had like an unnatural fear of boats, and yeah, don't even know why.
I started in first year because our coach Wog came in to talk to us about rowing, and I was interested, and I came down here and tried it out and loved it and still do.
The drive of anyone who's involved in anything social, it's when you win, you enjoy improving and you enjoy winning, and you get a kick out of dealing with people improving. The building is 150 years old last year. It was built the foundation was out first, the building was up there. It's an Edwardian building. I forget the name of the architect, but it's been here for 150 years and is, as was back then, there's very little change in it. It's purposely built as a rowing club. The land is actually leased from the city council for 1 cent or 5 cents a year, as long as it remains the object of the club is to be a rowing club. It can't be sold commercially. It's expensive to keep it going, so there are functions here that the normal public would rent out Friday, Saturday, Sundays. And then tonight or Thursday nights you'll have salsa dancing, and there's other things like Irish dancing and stuff like that.
The club has played a huge part in all our achievements. Our coaches are super supportive and they're very dedicated to training out in the water every weekend with us and providing training programs. It's a lot to do and they helped a lot.
When we say motivational, like, they don't care if they're in a bad mood. They will tell us off no matter what if we're doing something wrong. Probably about 4 solid weeks maybe. Our coach Liam told us off about every nitty little bit, and there was times when I came off the water and we were like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going home. But no, still here. Still here.
They're people. So if you want to get your best out of the athlete, you get to understand the people. And then you try and find the little buttons and press the little buttons. But you always try and make them feel better amongst themselves.
It's much more fun on the water because it's not as boring as sitting and staring at a screen for like ages. Whereas when you're on the water and you get to hear the blades in the water and stuff, and it's just so much nicer. And you get to feel the boat move, whereas when you're on the erg, you don't feel.
A lot more intense, yeah. A lot more intense downstairs. Like you're more confined, like because you're in a room, whereas out in the water you wouldn't feel that you're extremely sweating because you have the breeze and you're just out in the air, whereas downstairs you're kind of confined, so you're sweating in buckets.
The members, the serious athletes would train 10 times a week, depending on what year the season's in. They would train on land over winter. When the clocks changed, that would transition from land to water. But the more driven athletes would train 9-10 times a week. The younger ones and bits and pieces would train. They would still even train 4 days a week. It's a very intensive sport.
6 out of 7.
Yeah. Friday's usually our day off.
Friday's the day off. Do 20k each day on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, on the water, and then in the gym during the 4 weekdays.
So you do 1 weights and then 3 ergs, yeah. But you can substitute one of the ergs, one of the long pieces of the ergs to do a run. So that'd be like a 10k run. It's actually mad though, because like when you have a few days off, you don't know what to do with yourself.
Yeah,
you're like, it's 6 o'clock, I'm supposed to be down in the gym.
Everything's planned around training, and then when there's no training, what do you do with yourself?
Well, Annacotti's forced on us. The reason we need to move out is that the city council changed the flow of the river, and where it impacts on our slip, it's too dangerous to start kids rowing. We can't row it here. So our preference is to row out of town. That our hand was forced there.
It'd be so much easier.
It'd be much handier, like, to get into town rather than all the way out to Annacotty. But it'd also be much nicer, I think, like the view, obviously, like the city all around you, rather than Annacotty, where you just have the trees.
When I rowed here as a child, we always rowed from here. So I would have rowed out of here for up until 1996, 97, and up as far as 2000. We didn't want to move to Anacotti. We much prefer to be in the city. Well, the national championships are the pinnacle of club rowing. The things like the UL coming to Limerick, that's just a torture fest. There's no massive joy in it. But an event brings people together. The winters are very long. You need an event, whether it's in Limerick, whether it's in Cork, whether it's in Dublin. It's nicer to have it close to us, but that's actually a parallel event. When there's one in Limerick, there's one on in Dublin at the same time.
So obviously bed early, get lots of sleep, and then like the week before you'd have to be eating loads of carbs, so I'd just eat loads of pasta and drink loads of water. I was up early the day of indoors because I was helping out with coaxing other people, sitting behind them, motivating them, giving back as people would have done for me when I was younger. And then just obviously warm up for my race, and then just have your head in the game the whole day and concentrate on your goals.
We've planning permission in for a new boathouse and we're looking for we'll be looking in the state capital grants that are closing at the moment. Sports capital grants are closing in the next 2 weeks, so we'll be putting an application in there. And we have a legal suit against the City Council for removing us out of here. So out of one of those two avenues, we'll get funds to build Anacotti. Our legal case is in the High Court at the moment.
All I know is there's going to be a building.
Rather
than those containers.
Yeah, rather than the containers. I've heard every year it's supposed to be up this year.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be up this year.
I don't know when it'll happen though.
The only
It will happen.
Yeah, the only actual progress I've seen is the pump house being knocked down, and the trees to the left of the containers have been removed. So that's going to be like a car park area, I think. But other than that, no clue.
I think there's a good future in store for Shannon Club. There's lots of juniors currently downstairs training in the gym, and
A lot more girls.
yeah, lots of girls coming up, and I think they have huge potential. A lot of them will be very good. So hopefully more green jerseys are in store for the club.
Because we don't have the proper facilities out in Anacotti, we can't get the numbers needed to be totally successful. When the facilities are there, we'll be able to scale up in numbers. When we scale up in numbers, we'll be able to get enough athletes in, and then we'll be able to produce rowing crews.
I think they just all have to believe in themselves a bit more, because they have the potential. They just need to apply it a bit more. So, but yeah, I expect good things in the future.
So a lot depends on getting a facility built in there within the next 12 months, because we're rowing out of containers now for the last 3 years, and that gets a bit tiring. It gets a bit demoralising. So the plan is to build a boathouse, build a slip, and then we'll be able to go to parents and say, give us your loved ones, because there's a nice facility there, and then you motor on.